Well, hello and welcome right back here to the Hive. We're going to start things off quickly.
And we're going to start it really quickly as Otter Bulldogs, they don't bring a wrestler out at 106, so Davies is up 6-0, and Abdi Noor gets a victory.
And we thank you for joining us here as we're going right away with another match. Fargo Davies versus Otter Central.
In this one at 113, Christopher Froning wrestles for OTC, which is the Otter Central Bulldogs. And we have Wyatt Kozadowski again for Fargo Davies, and Kozadowski with a quick takedown and right to the back for some back points. And he is on the lead right off the bat here. So really quick start for Fargo Davies. As we talked at the post game of the last one, you wonder how teams come back after a big victory or a heartbreaking loss, and Fargo Davies came out firing right off the bat. So a 4-2 lead for Kozadowski, and I had 4-0. That's what I thought. The scoreboard had 4-2, but 4-0 lead for him. And we're sorry for no intro. We're doing. You'd think the hardest part of this job would be the talking part, but it is not. And Jason is over there frantically working the keyboard and buttons, and so you'll hear a lot of me to start with, and maybe not so much of Jason, but we'll pick him back up as soon as he gets everything dialed in over there. So hopefully we're coming live into your living room, and you're getting to watch some wrestling tonight live from the Hive in Perham. So what a great venue to watch wrestling as we see some more back points happening here. We got kind of the armbar situation, and the ref's holding up points, and he gives some more as we get going. Yeah, he's and here goes Kozadowski into another, kind of like Ramos in the last match. He's just kind of throwing the kitchen sink at every move he has, and that right now they're all sticking, and he's up 9-0 as the first period wraps up here. So quick start with a forfeit win at 106 for Fargo Davies, and they're following it up with Kozadowski with a quick 9-0 lead as we head into the second period. And I'm glad I'm not doing Jason's job right now, because we probably wouldn't be on the air at this point. So it's glad that he's working. Kozadowski goes down, tries to hit a quick switch right away. Pretty good ride going on here. But here comes Kozadowski out the back, and he picks up the 2 reversal to take a 11-0 lead with 1:45 to go. Good job by Froning getting to his base a couple times, but Kozadowski doing a great job of breaking him back down and getting him to the mat. So, there's a little like cement mixer type move that puts Froning on his back, and the count is on, and there is the slap at the mat. And Kozadowski wins by fall, which doubles their score, which makes it 12-0 as we head into 120. So we got started late, Jason, and things are going fast. So who knows where we're going to be at as we get going here. And we're going to go even quicker as Sejong Garam comes out, and OTC has no one in tonight at 120, which gives the Fargo Davies another 6 points, and they are out to just a quick 18-0 lead. And there's another forfeit. So Liam Wicklow gets a victory tonight. He gets his hand raised in the center of the mat, and it is now 24-0. So here we go, Jason. This is how sometimes it happens. We go from a match that every match went the full length and every kid wrestled, and now we're kind of seeing the other side of it. But it doesn't take long, and it can turn right back around. We're at 126 pounds. And it looks like, or no, 132, excuse me, it is going fast. Skylar Oster for Fargo Davies.
And he's quickly pinned there by the Bulldogs.
By Bryn Poser. So Brian Poser with the quick fall, which, like I said, you never know what's going to happen. It can turn just as fast. For the Eagles, Sawyer free. So now we have Fargo Davies brings out Sawyer Free, who had a pretty good match in the first round. And for the Ottertail Bulldogs, they bring out Reed Lebo, who's a junior. So hopefully we're going to start not going through the matches quite as fast, so we get to talk about these kids a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up on the scoreboard here as it's 24-6 in favor of the Eagles over Ottertail Central, and just like that, we have a stoppage. I'd like to thank our sponsors here tonight for this Fargo Davies matchup, and this brought to you commercial free by Sean Carlson at Town and Country Credit Union with multiple Fargo and West Fargo locations. Make home happen this winter with Sean Carlson at Town and Country Credit Union. With a 97% satisfaction rate, it's clear why members love Town and Country Credit Union.
Yeah, it's kind of almost a chance for us to take a breath here with a little blood timeout, but it looks like Free is ready to go again, and it wasn't too serious there, so they're back in the center of the mat with 135 and counting. As we're going here, Davies out to a quick 24-6 lead with a couple pin and a few forfeits to start the match. And I know that there would be some good matches coming in the end. So hopefully we're seeing it happen right now. And there's a takedown for Lebo and some back points, maybe. I don't see it. Yep, there the official holds it on, and we're in the same move. So until that move switches or gets broken, and there it is, they will not award the back points. And he had 2 back points there. So Lebo takes a quick 4-0 lead with a minute to go yet in this period. Lebo is working heavy on the shoulders. I see some sort of half Nelson arm bar type of thing. There's a quick switch, and they end up in the exact same spot. And it wasn't for a lack of effort that they ended up there.
Sorry to leave you hanging there a little bit. I'm still trying to figure out this clock here. We got 30 seconds to go in this match.
Keep doing that, and I'll keep talking. I can't say I'm much better at talking than I am in the computer stuff, but I'm doing my best. Now it's Free who shelves the leg and gets the takedown. And now, just like that, the match is cut in half, and it's 4-2 in favor of Free. In favor of Lebo, and that's how it'll go into the second period. So Lebo jumps out to the early lead, and then Free bounces back with a takedown of his own, and we cut this match in half, and here we go in period number 2 with Lebo on the bottom. Free covers up. Lebo stands up right away, looks to switch, but Free takes him right back down to the mat. And kind of like we talked about before, a spot that we don't like to be with their head buried into the mat. Most coaches would say head up here, and I'm sure that OTC is doing the same thing. But nice tough ride here by Free.
Can't imagine it being much fun having your head driven into those mats.
No,
I've
never been a wrestler myself. My sons have put me into some moves that I didn't know if I was going to walk tomorrow or not, but not fun.
I'm normally, the type of wrestling that I kind of grew up was with a couple of chairs and then maybe a couple things off the top turnbuckle. None of that here tonight, though.
None of that. No. That would be a quick disqualification, I believe. Here we're back to the center of the mat. Free's riding hard. This is kind of an awkward spot. Let's see if he's got the leg in. Let's see what he tries to work, if he's got a power half going here. There he grabbed the head. Lebo got a headlock type situation, but Free is working. Now Lebo regains control. Wow, what a flurry we had there. And the flurry ends in a pin. So Lebo, it looked like Free was going to have the pin, and then Lebo takes it over. So just like that, the score is cut in half, Jason. So just like we talked about, we can't ever rest on, well, this is going to be a match that ends quickly.
Well, definitely. Now you get see how the momentum goes here for the Bulldogs. They're trying to claw back after a couple of those forfeits.
So we moved right to 145. We have Connor Nelson, a 10th grader, wrestling for the Otter Tail Bulldogs, and probably one of our wrestlers of the match from the prior one is David Arop, who was battling McCleary from Perham, kind of neck and neck, and then all of a sudden came in some sort of move, and the next thing we knew, McCleary was pinned, and that kind of changed the match a little bit and how Davies was thinking. So
we got a minute and a half to go in this opening period scoreless. Like you said, David Arap really came on strong in that second period. We'll see how he comes here in this first period in this match against OTC.
You know, it's interesting to see how matches go. A lot of times you have one of two things. The wrestlers are really aggressive coming out, or they're kind of just arm dragging and arm pulling and slapping the head, and they're trying to get a feel of what the other wrestlers are going to do. And we definitely see this as A-Rob gets a takedown that the Minnesota versus North Dakota, that they're not very familiar with each other, so we see a lot more of that hand fighting to start the matches. So 40 seconds to go. A-Rob's leading 2-0, riding Nelson. Connor's kind of trying to reach back. He's got a leg. Let's see what he can do with it here. There's about 25 seconds left to go in this match. So there he loses the leg. A-Rob's kind of dragging the arm across. He's got kind of a nice cross body going. Into a front cradle position. Let's see if he can drive him over. There's only 10 seconds left. Let's see if we get a count. There we had a count of 1. And we're down to the few ticks, and we get another count started. And let's see what they award him at the end. They award him 2 because he didn't get to the 5-second count. So kind of, Jason, you called it early in the first match that it seems like kids are willing to take a little bit of a chance or a little bit of a risk at the end of the period.
They summed it up perfectly. Lairop did that there with a couple of risky moves and got the benefit of the doubt there and being the aggressor here and taking it to him.
Exactly. Now he gets into a Russian tie down to an ankle and he takes the takedown. So just like that, by kind of going at it there, he takes a 2-0 lead to a 6-0 lead and works back on that front headlock or front cradle position. And Nelson does a good job of breaking that. And so now it's 6-1 with 1:30 to go. And
just a reminder, following the conclusion of this one, we'll have the Bulldogs and the Yellow Jackets, and we'll once again start a new stream for that one, as that will conclude the triangular here at the Hive tonight. It's been a good night of wrestling so far, and with still many more great matches to come here tonight from the Hive.
Isn't it just nice to be back in the gym, Jason?
It's great to be back, to have sports going again here as we start the new year at 2021.
Just as we say that, A-Rap goes into a single to a double and puts him back on the mat. And so his lead extends to 8-1. So again, we're flirting in the bonus points that you talked about earlier, Jason, that another point here. And he locks it up, and here he's going to get it, and maybe more. And there it is, the fall. So A-Rop again comes through for Fargo Davies, and just kind of when OTC was starting to make a little run, here comes A-Rop again to shut the door on him.
And I was going to say before he got the pin, this is a spot if you're the Bulldogs, you really can't afford to give up any of those extra points, as you had a couple of open weights that allowed Fargo Davies to take the bigger lead, and now here we go. As we hit 152 now.
Ryan Barth going for Fargo Davies. And Barth, if you remember, if you watched the first one, had a really good match as he was wrestling Jack Fudge. He got down early and then really did his own. And here he wastes no time. He goes to the takedown, into the cradle, and a pin. Just like that. And once it was close at 24-12, and now a couple pins. One by A-Rop and another by Barth, and all of a sudden that lead stretches out to 36-12 again. and was really a nice move there by Barth.
And you do the math, you know you can't get this far ahead with who's coming up at 220, 285 for Fargo Davies.
So I heard for the OTC at 160, we're going with Jackson Rich. He is a junior. And I did not hear again. I think this is the same part in the match. I didn't get the wrestler's name the first time. And I don't know that I have it again. So I apologize to the Davies fans if you're watching. I certainly would love to tell you who this is, but I can't right now. And Jackson Rich goes into a body lock type situation and just kind of overpowers him and takes him to the mat and gets the takedown. But just like that, the Eagle wrestler kind of snaps himself right back up to the mat and it gets the escape. So 2-1. It'll be interesting to see if they continue to go upper body or not. There he goes into the double again. A reshot there by the Eagles wrestler. And again, I apologize for not hearing the name, and I don't know if it was a switch or not. They had Kenny Hansen in, but I don't believe this is him. And there's a little bit of a throw for Rich. Rich is taking it by fall. So just like that, this is a match of ebb and flow right now. That it seems like it's pin or get pin. So it's kind of keeping. We might have quite the score on the scoreboard by the end of the match, the way this is going.
Oh, it's been the bonus points galore that I think people might be. Have heard me say a lot tonight as we get ready to head into 170. It's 36-18. Davies leading the Bulldogs. It's Glendon Alex for the Eagles and Will Eller for the Bulldogs on the mat now.
Yeah, this looks like it could set up to be a pretty good match again. Watching the first time with Davies, it was this Alex is a pretty impressive young man. Put together, pretty good feet. Wrestled the Perm wrestler really well, and I believe ended up in a fall, and was pretty impressed. So Alex tried for the single leg and got caught in here. Now Eller, a senior from OTC, is in that front headlock position, trying to do some drag, and then now he's got the leg and the head, and wow, Alex is pretty strong. But there's the takedown. We're trying for a turn here. Could this be another fall, which would put OTC right back in the match again? This is probably one of the crazier matches I've watched. Is there's no 3-point decisions in this thing.
No, it's all or nothing here in this one, which is kind of entertaining to see.
It is, and they're going out and throwing it, and there's pretty flat. He's getting a count, and there he comes out. So let's see what happens. Looks like Alex is taking a little exception to that, and coming right back after Eiler, and I don't think this one is over, even though the score is a little bit separated. I don't think we're done with the scoring in this.
Listen, I think this one's going to go the distance here. I made some wrong calls here, but I think this duel between these two right here will definitely go down to the wire.
Yeah, Alex with the takedown, and now he's tightening up, and here he goes to his back, just like we had called it. Even though the big lead was the other way, there's the fall. So
much for going the distance.
Hey, I thought we were going to get our first match into the third period or even into the second, and that did not happen. So another fall. Pretty nice move there by Glendon Alex. Has been a very impressive to not get down when you're in that situation, which I can only imagine it'd be pretty easy to do.
Well, that's another quick prediction I had tonight that went awry quickly there, but the Eagles of Fargo Davies lead 42-18 here on Otter Tail Central. We head to 182 with Miah Aljanabi for the Eagles.
And I'm not,
actually, that is not him from the earlier match.
I thought that's what he announced, but it's so hard when we're so far away from the announcers table to get in. So we got a couple different wrestlers in here than what they originally put, and this is kind of the part in the lineup that OTC gave us like 2 or 3 different wrestlers, and if I had my headphones on and I was trying to look down and I missed who they were that they were wrestling. So again, we'll do the best we can here. It's a 2-1 match in favor of the Bulldogs. But the way these have been going, Jason, I can't imagine it's going to end 2-1.
No, definitely not. It's not the way this is going tonight.
I'm secretly just trying to hope we make it to the second period in a couple of these. But it's been fun action, nonstop. You got to give these guys credit. They're working hard. They both clubs came out to wrestle, and OTC's got a few short on the roster tonight, and that's made a little bit of a difference. Otherwise, I think we'd be darn near tied right now.
Oh, it definitely is. And the excitement you hear is actually to our left in the JV match, and they're pretty wild up going over there right now between Davies and OTC. A lot of excitement going on there. A lot of excitement in this one right here as this first period starts to wind down.
20 seconds left to go, and let's see if we get some more points scored on the board here as we're at 2-1 in favor of OTC. And a pretty good shot takedown and a pretty good defense going on right here as we hit the 5-second mark. And it looks like we're going to hit the second period of a match today, Jason.
It's kind of amazing the way this has been going.
Right. It's been nonstop action, so I hope you're enjoying it at home and you're getting the chance, and we're just trying to keep up with them right now. And that's been a battle for us.
It definitely has, especially in this one, fast and furious. Getting ready to go for period number 2. Davies leads the overall duel 42-18, but an exciting match where they trail 2-1 here in this one in the second.
And Davies chooses down, so they could easily get a tied-up match here with a stand-up or a switch, or they could even take the lead on a reversal somehow. And even though they're in the middle of the mat, kind of all tied up, you just kind of are waiting for fireworks to happen, Jason.
You definitely are, especially the way this match has gone. You just feel like there's a big moment coming here in this period.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that I have enjoyed watching Fargo Davies and family, if you're watching, is their kids are into it. They're off the bench, they're cheering, whether it's for a JV match or the varsity match. They're up and they're helping their wrestler try to get a victory here.
They definitely are, and you can definitely hear the noise. That's the Fargo Davie contingent to our left. Just very animated and very enjoying and just into it and enjoying the match.
And I'm sure they would love to walk away and get on the bus tonight with a 2-0 coming to Minnesota and taking on a couple of traditional powerhouses in central Minnesota. And we just had an escape, and it's 2-2 with 42 seconds left to go in the second period. And this has been a well-contested match. I believe this is Brock Hasling from OTC. If that is the case, he is a 9th grader, and there's been a lot of 9th graders. We had our first stall. I believe that is the first stall of the match.
Of this one, yes, here tonight,
and last
yes.
one.
I believe there was one early.
Was there one early?
But that's been about it. It's been pretty smooth moving, good action here at all night.
You have to love that as a wrestling fan when nobody's stalling. They're out taking shots. They're trying to score points for their team, and everybody wants to be a part of that right now. So we're tied up 2-2. 18 seconds to go here, and the clock's rolling again. And we're shot and leg defense, and here comes Fargo Davies around, and he gets the takedown, which puts him up 4-2, and he looks like he's after some more, but I think time on the clock is going to run out for him, but he's going to take a 4-2 lead going into the third period. So not only did we make it through periods 1 and 2, we actually got to period 3.
We might have to take that one, mark this one down, because it's been all or nothing in the first period normally for most of these matches. But here we're going the distance here at 182.
Now you kind of wonder for some of these wrestlers if wind starts to play a little factor in their wrestling and their style.
Well, especially if you look at it, you look at Otter Tail Central. This is their third duel of the year. Here's number 15 for Fargo Davies.
Yeah. So you just don't know what's going to happen. But as soon as I say that, there's an escape for Hasling, and he's down 4-3. So a takedown gives him the lead, and we go back and forth. Here goes some double unders, and it looks like he's going to slip behind if he can stay on the mat. Did he give it to him? No, both off the mat, which that was one was close, but Fargo Davies went with double unders and ended up off the edge of the mat, which could have ended up being a big throw for some big points, especially in a match that's 4-3.
I still think in the final 120 we're going to see something exciting here that's really going to get everyone going in this final minute and 20 seconds. It seems like it's due because this is the only match that really hasn't had that gigantic moment.
And I'm going to say if it happens on the Davies side, Jason, this place is going to erupt, even with 150 people in here. There goes a shot by Hasling from OTC, heavy on the head. Let's see where this ends up. Here comes some fireworks. He's trying to sneak behind. If he can get his leg behind, he can separate his leg to stay heavy on the head, little crossface maybe there. And here he goes, and there's the takedown. So gives him a little bit of cushion with 30 seconds to go. It's a 6-3 match now, so the reversal, he has to have a reversal and some bonus points to pull this one out for OTC. So Fargo Davies looking like maybe going to be the victor here. And there's another stall on OTC, which the second one gives you a point, and so it's another point for Davies. So now all of a sudden, this close match is starting to separate a little bit.
It definitely is, and this is how this one will end. It looks like it'll end 7-3 with the victory for the Eagles to extend their lead. And once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors. And this match was brought to you commercial-free by Dr. Tiffany Johnson and a Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. Find out how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic. Visit htchiro.com.
I'm going to try to hear who these are, Jason, this time.
Tristan Evavold. For the Eagles, Ryan Reed.
Okay, so for the OTC Bulldogs, we have Tristan Evavold, who is a junior. And for Fargo Davies, we have Rylan Reed. And I haven't seen Tristan Evavold, but we did get to see Rylan Reed in the last match. And if you remember, he was matched up against probably one of the more accomplished wrestlers for the Yellow Jackets, and he kind of held his own for quite a while there. So interesting to see what this match is going to bring. And as we're going here, there is a 2-point takedown for Tristan Evavold. He is now in the top position riding. He had a deep waist ride in. Now he's trying to pull the arm out. And as he does that, he's almost was in a double armbar situation. Now he's got the armbar in. As we're going, Reed's doing a good job of fighting it out. Now he's looking for maybe a double as we get going here. So let's see what happens. It's getting dangerously close into those spots, but he turns him. Reed's doing a good job of fighting off his back, but there's definite back points happening here. Let's see if he can settle back and give 6 points for the Bulldogs. And there it is. Just as I was about ready to say maybe Rylan Reed was going to climb his way out of there, Tristan Evavold says, "Not so fast, mister," and he puts him to the mat and gives 6 more points for the Bulldogs.
Nice match there for the Bulldogs. I know mathematically wise this is out of reach for the Bulldogs, but we should have an exciting one coming up here potentially with Truman Wehrmeyer on the mat here at 220.
Bulldogs, Murphy, Despard. For the Eagles, Truman Wehrmeyer.
So for OTC, it sounded like Murphy Despard, who is a junior, coming in. He's wrestling up to 220. Looks like he may have weighed in at 195 tonight. And then for Davies, Wehrmeyer is a kid we talked about early that looked like he is quite the athlete, Jason.
I'll tell you what, Bison football fans are going to have fun watching him run over some defenders in the next few years.
He's quite a built young man out there, and looking, and he's good on his feet, and right there he shows it as he gets into the double leg right to the guy's back, and the official is counting back points, and he goes, okay, I got my back points, let's do this again. So 7-2 is the score, as Murphy Despard is working really hard here and doing a good job, but you just kind of have that feeling that Wehrmeyer is going to wear on him, no pun intended, as this match goes on, as there's another takedown.
He's definitely had his way here tonight in a pair of matches, and right now with this 9-3 lead here in this one, right now with Despard, and he gets another takedown there, and it's Ben Wehrmeyer's kind of night, and you can imagine the season that he's putting together for Fargo Davies.
Exactly, and for those of you OTC fans that followed through, he was last year's state champion at 220 for Fargo Davies as a junior. So not only on the football field, but he knows his way around the wrestling mat as well.
But you hear a lot of people, a lot of talk about those multi-sport athletes and the things that they do, and right here's another one of those things.
Yep, I know that Perham's always been that way too, that multi-sport athletes are the most important, keeping kids, and there's the fall. And you got to hand it to Murphy Despard. You know you're going in, that it's a tall task, but he stood toe-to-toe for as long as he could there, and Truman Wehrmeyer was just too much for him tonight. So that turns our scoreboard to 51-24, and we're headed to 285.
For the Bulldogs, Cale Rich.
That's
For
it.
the Eagles, Dylan
It's Dylan Karlquist and Cale Rich. Karlquist for the Davies Eagles showed the kind of the hammering that they have at the heavyweights here with 220 Wehrmeyer and then 285, and you go with Karlquist, a kid like this.
And Rich is a ninth grader, so you talk about the Perham Yellow Jackets having ninth graders that are wrestling up in weight. You have a ninth grader that's wrestling weight in probably at 220, but not scared to wrestle up at 285. And between matches, I just had a chance to walk down and I talked to Fargo's Davies coach, and they just talk about how patient Karlquist is on the mat, and I can see that happening. They say he doesn't force anything, he just lets it happen, and he's doing it here with the quick takedown, and he's just kind of not pushing the action, he's just kind of letting it happen. And I think that wears on kids, and that's a certain confidence on the mat.
Well, it definitely is. You can just tell he's closing in.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be long, though. But
I'll give Rich credit. He's battling.
He's battling.
And there it is.
That's got to be one of the toughest positions when you're in wrestling. But there's Karlquist with another pin. And, man, we did not make it out of the first period in many matches tonight, did we, Jason?
No, this was a quick one. Davies making quick work of the Bulldogs with a 57-24 victory in our second duel of the night. We have one more left, and we'll preview that here in just a second. We're going to take a quick timeout, thank some of our sponsors, and get ready for the final duel of the evening as the Bulldogs and the Yellow Jackets will take off here in just a few minutes.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Van Dam Chiropractic is dedicated to helping you achieve your health goals and improving your quality of life. Dr. Van Dam provides the most comprehensive chiropractic and acupuncture care. Whether you're recovering from a sports injury, work-related injury, car accident, or just getting relief from chronic pain, Dr. Scott Van Dam will get you back on the road to good health. They look forward to serving you at Van Dam Chiropractic. Call them at 532-5320 or visit them online at vandamchiropractic.com.
Well, welcome back here to the Hive. I'm Jason Groth, Lance Rock. That one went quickly. It was the Davies Eagles, 57-24 over Otter Central. as they earn the nice victory tonight by a score of 57-24. We thank you guys for tuning in, and it's been an exciting one. We got one more left.
Right, so if you want to join us for the last one between the OTC Bulldogs and the Perham Yellow Jackets, we'll start a new stream here in about a minute or two, and we'll preview that match when we come back. And we'll talk about maybe we'll reference some of the matches that we saw tonight in the first couple. So please come back and join us. We'll start a new stream here as soon as Jason is ready to close us out. And again, I thank you guys for tuning in and watching and supporting all the athletes, as it's just so good to be back in the gym. And I think we can't say it enough that it's so great to have high school sports back.
The preceding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.